Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner. As you can probably see, really struggling with hay fever today. My eyes have gone red. I'm sneezing. The works. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. Can't believe it. It's really knocked me for six today. Apologies for the late video coming out to you guys, but there's a few topics that I want to just touch on this evening on today's Chronicles AFC Daily. I want to start off with the links regarding Shkodran Mustafi. It looks as though Fenerbahce, the club in Turkey, are interested in taking Shkodran Mustafi over to Istanbul. It seems that they're interested in the player. It seems that Arsenal are willing to let the player go, going by what David Ornstein said yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops. Apparently, Fenerbahce have reached out to Mustafi's representatives and will make an official approach to Arsenal Football Club in the coming days. Fingers crossed that's true. But the problem is that we're not going to recuperate the 30 odd million that we spent on him. And that's what really worries me. If we're going to, and I know I always say this on every video and I keep talking about it, but if our budget really is limited, and as I always say, we have no reason to believe that it's not, then allowing someone like Mustafi to go, considering how much we paid for him, and what we're probably going to get back, means that we won't be able to go out and get someone top level. And I'm not, Mustafi's biggest fan. I don't think he's good enough ultimately, but I don't think he's as bad as some people will have you believe. I think that often Arsenal are caught out defensively as a unit rather than it just being down to one man. There are individual mistakes in there too. Of course there are. But, even some of the world's top centre-halves make mistakes. So I don't want Mustafi to stay at Arsenal. I don't think he's the answer going forward. But I equally don't think that he's as bad as some people make him out to be. If we're only going to get 5, 6, 7, 10 million for him, is it worth it? Because are we going to be able to go out and get someone to replace him? That's kind of where I stand on that. It's a little bit of a dilemma. I don't quite know what the right move is here from Arsenal's perspective. If of course this interest is genuine. Then you've got Kieran Tierney, another story that continues to rumble on. We've heard that Arsenal went in with an initial bid of around £15 million. We understand that Celtic are looking for closer to the £25 million mark. And today, Celtic manager Neil Lennon confirmed that a bid was made. He confirmed that Arsenal had gone in with that bid, and he spoke about the fact that Arsenal's valuation was nowhere near that of Celtic's, and that if we were hoping to get a deal done, we'd need to up that. And he said that Arsenal know exactly what Celtic value Kieran Tierney at. Basically saying, come and get me if you want him, put your money where your mouth is and get him. And I guess, some of Leonard's later comments when he spoke about the fact that Tierney's head may be turned and that he has spoken to the player about it because it can be unsettling, kind of tells me if you read between the lines, Celtic won't stop Kieran Tierney leaving if it's what he wants and if the money's right. So in that case, Arsenal, cough up the money and go and get the player that you want. If you're backing this lad, if you think he's the right man to come in at left back at Arsenal and you think he's one for the future, etc., etc., put your money where your mouth is and go and get him. That's what I want to see Arsenal do. The longer this rumbles on, the more difficult it gets. You start to piss off the club that you're buying from, and negotiations just become more and more difficult. So Arsenal, if you want Kieran Tierney, you know what Celtic need. You know what they want for him. Give them the money. Go get it done. And then the last one that I'm going to touch on today is the deal for Saliba. We've spoken about that on previous shows too. I've expressed my concerns regarding Saliba, not that experienced. Is he ready to step into the Arsenal first team straight away? But then, we're talking about loaning him back to St Etienne. And for me, that makes absolutely no sense. We're talking about a club who are desperately bad defensively. And then we're going to go out and spend a massive proportion of our transfer budget on a centre-back who we're going to then loan back to St Etienne. That drives me absolutely nuts. I don't see the logic in that. I really don't. Let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments. That's not to say that I don't think Saliba can be a good player in the future, but Arsenal need to build for the here and now. We haven't really got time to be waiting for players, and we don't really have the luxury of lots of money, meaning we can buy players and loan them out. So, you know, that's kind of where I stand on that one too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're watching us live. Don't forget to hit subscribe too, and the little bell icon. We appreciate your continued support. Thank you very much for watching once again. Apologies for the probably low quality video. My eyes are fucked, to be honest. I'm fucked from hay fever, but going to get on with some under 21s football now. And I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Cheers.